Sophie, congratulations on the win. Yesterday you told me that you'd be nervous, and I'm not sure if I believe you now.
No, trust me, I was, especially the start that they got with the bat. I thought we did a great job to pick it back. We knew that if we got a couple of quick wickets, we'd be in the game and could sort of put the strangle on them, but geez, they certainly put us under the pump early on, so it was great pressure for us to be under, and to hold them to mid-120s was really good. And then I thought at the start they bowled particularly well. I think me and Presty struggled to get the ball away. I think both of us like to be scoring boundaries, and they contained us really well. And it sort of took, I guess, a bit of a shift in mindset to just working the singles and the twos, and then the sort of game opened up from there.
You must be pleased with your team performance. Hayley taking some really good bowling figures there as well.
Yeah, look, she was fantastic. I think she came on and obviously bowled the best out of all of us. She was just really clear and simple. I think the thing here at the whack is sometimes you get carried away with trying to bounce people too much, or the swing and the pace, but she was just really simple, hit the bat hard and bowled in good areas and put them under pressure. So, look, she was fantastic today. I think it's those sort of contributions. Maddie Green as well with the bat was fantastic, and you can't sort of, she probably won't get much of the credit, but those sort of wee small knocks are really the glue that holds together an innings like that.
I think you were on 19 when you got dropped. What was that like, just experiencing that and then going on with the job?
Yeah, geez, you just got to ride your luck, don't you? I think that's cricket a little bit. Sometimes they catch them, sometimes they don't. It's sort of about making them pay. I think, pretty fortunate to get another opportunity, and certainly wanted to, I guess, pull my head back in and make sure I was there at the end of the game. And look, it's cricket. Sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't.
At what point did you feel comfortable out there that you felt you had it under control?
I probably thought that over that Maddie free hit for six, I thought that over probably shifted momentum back to us, and to peg it back to sort of around sixes, I thought it was very manageable from that stage. But I thought, it was still really teetering. I thought they bowled particularly well again, and it did. It took an over like that to sort of break the game open and get ahead of it.
And how nice is it just to open the tournament with a win and not just have that pressure straight away on you?
Yeah, look, it's massive. I think, you always want to get, I guess, some points in the bank early on in the tournament, and we knew how hard Sri Lanka were going to come at us, so it was great to be able to put a performance like that. We're put under the pump, which I think is also a really good thing, how we handle that. We'll certainly reflect on that. We've got a couple of days now to think about how we can tweak things. Obviously, we moved to Melbourne, so we'll certainly get together as a squad and talk about what went well and what didn't go too well, and move ahead. Obviously, a big game for us against India.
And how about that game against India? Obviously, they're coming off a great win against Australia. What do you think are the keys to beating them? Yeah, know how to play Poonam Yadav's probably a good start, I think. Look, I thought it was a fantastic game of cricket to start the tournament. India really deserved that win, the way they bowled and stuck with it. It was probably a little bit similar to us, that Australia got off to a flyer and they stuck with their guns and managed to peg them back. In the way Yadav bowled, I think she's quality. She's hard to face. When you're only 4 foot spit, it's pretty tough to figure out a way to combat that. So that's certainly going to be a lot of our discussions is how we play against her. I think the wicket will maybe be slightly different at Junction Oval compared to what it was in Sydney. So, I think as well, though, you can't just focus on one person. And any of these teams, obviously India have got a lot of threats, not just with the ball, but obviously with the bat as well. Now, most people have said sort of Australia or India most likely to get the semis. I mean, has that motivated the team a little bit? Do you think been written off?
Oh, look, it doesn't bother us too much. We'll just fly under the radar. I think pressure's on them. We're just going to go about our business, and we can keep ticking off wins in the bank. Pressure's on other teams to do what they have to do. We're just happy, I guess. Kiwis typically just fly under the radar and go about our business.
Sophie, congratulations again for extending the world record. The inclusion of Rachel Priest has been one of the key points as far as the World Cup squad goes. How does her inclusion, her presence in the T20I setup bolster the strength? And what do you personally expect of her? Have you had any conversations with her since her comeback into the T20I setup?
Yeah, look, I'm really close with Rachel. She obviously plays domestic cricket with me as well in Wellington, and we've got a really close relationship. Played a lot of cricket with her, and we certainly missed her when she was out of the New Zealand side, so to welcome her back into the fold, particularly for some pinnacle events coming up, it certainly adds a lot to this team. And it's not just what she does with the bat and how aggressive she is, it's sort of what she offers behind the stumps as well. I still think she's one of the best keepers going around. She's got fantastic hands, and certainly her knowledge and experience and her competitiveness, I think that certainly can't be underrated. The way she gets into games, she's really got that mongrel, and you can't you know, you value that, particularly as a captain, but also as a teammate, sort of pick you up. So she offers so much to this group, and she's always the first one to pat you on the back and to pick you up and go with you. And players like that are just so valuable to this team. So I know not just me, but the whole group is just so excited to have her back in the New Zealand setup.